simplifying fractions. There are many ways to simplify fractions, but at this point we're going to just do them what I think the easiest way is. Okay, so in this first one, we see that they're both even numbers. If they're both even numbers, then we know that there is at least one number, 2, that goes into both of them. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 2, I can start simplifying. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 64 divided by 2 is 32. Well, again, we see that they're both even numbers, so you can divide again by 2, and you would get 4 over 32 divided by 2 is 16. Now at this point, you might be able to see that something else goes into it. 4. You could divide by 4. Or again, you could divide by 2 again because they're both even numbers. So you can look for patterns like that if you want. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So your answer is 1/4. The next one, 86 over 12. Okay, so again, both even numbers. So we can start the same way by dividing by 2. If you can't find anything else that goes into them, look for even numbers. So 86 divided by 2 is 43. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then you would look for something that goes into both of those. As it so happens, nothing goes into 43. 43 is a prime number. Therefore, that is your simplified answer. This is what we call an improper fraction. I don't care if you leave it as an improper fraction, or you could change it to a mixed number if you want. So you'd have to find out how many times does 6 go into 43. Well, it goes in 7 times. 7 times 6 is 42. So there's going to be 1 left over. So 1, 6. So it's 7 and 1, 6, or 43, 6. I don't care which one you use. Example 3, we have negative 10 over 25. So this time you should recognize that 5 goes into both of them because they both end in either a 0 or a 5. So you can divide by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 25 divided by 5 is 5. And don't forget this is a negative, so negative 2/5. And that's your simplified fraction. The next one, 36 over 99. So in this one, I can see that 2 is not going to go into both of them because 99 is odd, so I can't do that. So I'm going to try 3. Divide by 3 and divide by 3. Well, let's start with 36 divided by 3 is 12. 99 divided by 3 is 33. Okay, so at this point, again, I can see 2 is not going to go into it, but now I can see that 3 will go into both of them again. Because 12 divided by 3 is 4, 33 divided by 3 is 11. So my final answer is 4 over 11. Example 5, 7 over 42. So 7 is what we call a prime number, so that means that we can't divide 7 by anything except for 7. And so we're going to see if 42 is divided by 7. So if I divide by 7, I get 1. And divide 42 by 7, if we know our 7s, then we know that would be 6. So my final answer is actually 1/6. And the next one, 68 over 12. This one, both even numbers. So if you want, you can just start with dividing by 2, and you don't even have to think past that because they're both even numbers. Makes it easy that way. 68 divided by 2 is 34. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Well, now we know again they're both even, so you can divide yet again by 2. 34 divided by 2 is 17. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And if you want to leave it as 17 over 3, I'm okay with improper fractions. Now, if I want a mixed number, then how many times does 3 go into 17? Well, 3 times 5 is 15, but then there's going to be 2 left over. So it would be 5 2/3. Either one of these would be correct. Usually it's easier just to leave it as an improper fraction, but I do not care how you do it. Those are your notes over simplifying fractions. Go through the practice problems, make sure that you can do these problems and put them into improper fractions and mixed numbers, and then you should be prepared for the quiz over the material.